Hello Neighbor 2, the sequel to 2017's biggest laughingstock. If you are unaware of the Hello Neighbor series, allow me to give you a quick history lesson. Boom! Hello Neighbor releases a game supposed to be known for its incredible AI, but instead known for its incredible amount of bugs. Boom! Hello Neighbor Hide and Seek releases, a prequel for the first game, but it's somehow worse. Boom! Secret Neighbor, finally a decent game, nothing too special, but it's alright. Boom! Hello Engineer, we don't talk about Hello Engineer. But now it's 2022, and at this point fans, myself included, are sick of the terrible buggy messes. This is when Hello Neighbor 2 is announced. The game that will have an open world, a neural network, and so much more, or so they said. We'll get to that later. So, will Hello Neighbor 2 finally be the incredible game fans have been waiting for? Or will this be the final nail in the coffin for a dying franchise? Well, let's begin. We start this game off by driving to a town called Raven Brooks as a journalist named Quinton. That's when we catch Mr. Peterson, one of the residents of this town and the antagonist of all the other games, in the act of trying to capture his own child. We take some photos, then he comes after us, so we drive off, crash into a barn and enter the tutorial. The tutorial is practically the same as the demos, which I went over in this video that you can watch after this one if you like. Anyway, we open the gate and oh, a subscribe button! I didn't see that there! But in actuality, Mr. Pearson finds us, knocks us out and grabs our camera. We then wake up in our house and find some police investigating Mr. Peterson's house. But may I just quickly say that the cutscenes and the visuals of this game are amazing and really well done. I love the look of this game and this is a big upgrade from whatever the original was going for. So we go over to Mr. Peterson's house, sneak past the cop and enter the house through the side door. This is when we find an orange toy box with the number 4. After finding a few more of these coloured boxes with numbers and a safe, I conclude that the safe's code must be in the order of the flags above. Sounds confusing? Well, it's a Hello Neighbor game, get used to it. So, I tried it, 1684, and it didn't seem to work. Maybe I misclicked. So I tried it again, 1684, and still nothing. So I kept exploring to find some more clues and still trying this code. That's when I decided, do you know what? I don't like this save, and restarted the whole thing over again. Don't ask me why. So after redoing the tutorial and trying again, I finally figured out my issue. The 6 was meant to be a 9. I finally got my first key, and this is taking too long, so let's just speedrun the next 3. I got some scissors from a treehouse and accessed the second floor. Then I put a battery in the car system that grabs my second key from under the bed. After that, I put all 3 Peterson family members on the model house to get my third key. And finally, I fixed this photo that unlocks a secret box thingy, giving me my last key. So we finally open up the basement, find a poster about a museum, find a key to exit the basement and go to the museum. We enter, find a locked door and the shovel that Mr. Peterson knocked us out with. And with that, we faint and enter day 2. The next day started with us seeing that the baker had been chatting it up with the police, so we headed over to her store. We climb in a ladder to get upstairs and after exploring for a bit, we fix a clock to get the first number on the register. It seems we will need to fix this to get the key to the museum. We then grab a key that's stuck in an ice block, a fire extinguisher and a turning thingy. I use the turning thing to upstairs to stop a plant from growing and get my second number. Progress is good. I then smelt the frozen key on the stove and used the fire extinguisher to pick up the key. With the new unfrozen key, I went upstairs to unlock this book, which gave me my third number. This would be a good time to mention how great it is to see a Hello Neighbor game with actually good puzzles for once. Normally, these games' puzzles are useless, but the majority of the puzzles have been great so far. I then proceeded to find this cat with the last number, but I would have to feed it first before I could pick it up. So after finding the fish I needed in a locked fridge, I grabbed the key off the baker, opened up the fridge, gave the cat its food and finally had the last number I needed. So after putting the numbers into the register, I entered the number displayed on the poster above, 1576, got the key for the entrance to the museum and made my way down. After opening it up, I found Mr. Pearson hiding inside. I then found a model house, and after a bit of exploring, I found a map to put it on, along with the second house. With 2 down, I only needed 1 more, which was in this case. So after busting it open, grabbing the house and placing it down, I got the key. The key opened a door, and after pulling 2 lamps down, revealed a whole new room behind the painting with another key. Then, after exploring a bit more of the house, we find Mr. Pearson's bedroom with a photo of him and his son, after which we faint and enter day 3. Hey, remember how positively I was talking about this game? Well, it's all downhill from here. Day 3 starts with us seeing a guy with a gun and heading over to his house. We climb through a window downstairs and grab this lever. Then the guy spots me, so I tried to run away, but then the game crashes. Well, this will be fun. So I reboot the game and get back inside, and a bit of exploring later, I find another bear. Then I plonk the lever on it, grab my first map, and it has the number 1. Not being sure of what to do next, I head outside to take a look at my map, and after placing it down, the map disappears. It keeps getting better. So the game has soft-locked me, but luckily Hello Neighbor 2 has a system in place to prevent this, where you can go back to your last autosave, and it seems I have my map back. Very good. At this point though, I've been running around for a while and I'm pretty clueless of what to do. So I look up an online guide that tells me I need to go to the top floor. I then find this pinboard with another map on it with the number 0, and after cutting open a pillow, we get a key. I managed to open this chest downstairs and collect my 3rd map with the number 8. 2 more to go. And after another while, I was pretty clueless once again. So I turned back to my guide to find I needed 4 letters to put on a fridge. Right. I don't know how this is supposed to be a puzzle. But after finding the letters, getting caught by the stupid gun maniac, having to find them all over again, putting them on the fridge in the incorrect order, being caught again, I finally managed to put them on the fridge in the correct order this time and get an antler. So, once again, I turned back to my guide to find I needed to put the antler on one of the models with only 1, and ta-da! Another map piece. But after placing this one, the spot I needed to go to was revealed. I made my way there and put the numbers I already had when Mr. Man showed up. So I ran and waited for him to leave so I could go back and complete the puzzle. When, oh look, he was camping the spot and I'm caught. At this point, I was done. This day had been annoying, frustrating, and he's back again! This went back and forth for a long while, but as I was saying, this got to the point where I was just exhausted. I finally finished the puzzle using the numbers I had and just guessed the last one, getting my key to the museum. After entering, I headed upstairs to unlock the room. It had a safe inside that's apparently connected to a clock. I also found a silver bird with a photo of it being on Mr. Pearson's car. But before heading towards this garage, I quickly placed this heavy weight on the pressure plate, giving me my first cog to fix the clock. So I went towards the clock and placed it in. 1 down, 2 to go. I was then chased back into my room by Mr. Pearson before I could go to the garage, and after randomly spinning this globe for fun, it opened and I got my second cog. Okay. I placed it in, then finally headed towards the garage where I placed the silver bird on the hood of the car, giving me my final cog. But as I went to place it, I noticed Mr. Pearson had my green cog. Outraged, I placed the cog and went after him, only to be caught. So I went back up to the globe, but the cog wasn't there. Conveniently, Mr. Pearson happened to walk in at the same time, but he didn't seem to have it either. So I went back to where he caught me and the device I threw at him was there, but still no cog. Once again, I'd been soft-locked by this game. Luckily for me though, Hello Neighbor 2 has the autosave prevention system from earlier. But after doing that and going on a wild goose chase for half an hour, still no cog. I'd been soft-locked fully this time. Looking back, it turns out I could have just entered the code for the safe, but at the same time I didn't realise, and in my frustration I started a new save. Still, it's no excuse for some terrible puzzles, the game crashing, and even being soft-locked not once, but twice in one single day. But before I hop into the conclusion, a quick disclaimer for Hello Neighbor fans. I know a lot of YouTubers call this game bad, and I'm about to give some harsh criticism, but if you've made it this far, please stick with me, because I was a fan just like yourself, and I think you'll understand where I'm coming from. Anyway, on to the conclusion. I knew you would all want to see the ending, so after replaying the entire game, getting to day 4, during which even my friend said, "Dude, I don't know how you could figure this out without a guide," this finally happened. The game ends on a cliffhanger. Hello Neighbor 2 is the best game in this franchise. Does that mean it's good? Absolutely not. This is just another joke and another, wait, scam? Yes, you heard me right. They basically scammed their fans into pre-ordering this game, promising and mass promoting things like a neural network AI, as I mentioned in the intro, but then removed it from their Steam description a week before launch. Under regular circumstances, I wouldn't be too mad about them removing this, unless there was no communication with the community, no apology, nothing. Apparently this has something to do with changing management, but that doesn't make it any better. Not to mention the parts of the game you didn't see me play. The game seems to keep on falling apart as you play through it, to the point where in the finale, the neighbor got stuck on some stairs. This isn't even a one-time occurrence though, because on Phil's stream, not only did the neighbor get stuck, but he had a glitched wrench, got the fire extinguisher without using the wrench, clipped through the fireplace, and so much more. This game is half-baked at best. Don't get me wrong, the first 2 days were really fun and I actually really enjoyed it. Not to mention that, but the visuals are really cool and the cutscenes are really well animated. But, on the other hand, days 3 and 4 have way too many glitches, really bad or boring puzzles, and they're just overall terrible. Going into this video, I was really trying not to be another copy and paste of the Hello Neighbor hate train. But this game makes it so difficult, especially when considering the $85 Australian price tag. For a quick comparison, Bendy and the Dark Revival was only $45 Australian. It's gotten to the point where I just genuinely believe that tinyBuild and Eerie Guest Studios do not care about you. They only want your money, and this game has made that more than obvious. So, to all of you Hello Neighbor fans, take this from one of your own. Don't defend something just because it's Hello Neighbor. We all need to start taking a stand against these developers, because if we don't, this will keep happening. I urge you all to take a strong, hard look at this franchise and tell me what they've done for you, because they've done nothing for me, and now I'm finally returning the favor. If you've made it this far into the video, then wow, thank you so much for watching me blabber on about this game. If you're new here, feel free to drop a sub, and other than that, I'm done with this game and video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!